I regret to inform all of you that you are not here for a traditional Thursday reading. It's going to happen, but it won't be the main focus. There's a lot going on today, and I wanted to share something with you. But before I do, this Saturday, 11:15 p.m. Eastern Time, there will be a live stream. If you go to the coffee page, which I realize I completely forgot to put that in the description below, if you throw a little tip at the tribe, guess what? During that live stream, you will receive a 3-card reading. And it will answer any question that you have on your mind. If you subscribe to our Patreon, you will get 6 cards. They will be tarot, oracles, runes, combinations, however you want to do it. Alright, so if you've donated, I'm sure Stein will be letting me know who donated and what, or who subscribed and what they did. If you do that, then, you know, also let me know. That way, in case that gets missed, we can go ahead and get your reading. Also, what else was there? I was thinking of something and I just lost it. But anyway, if you do donate something or you subscribe to our Patreon, please let us know so we can go ahead and get that done. Also, personal readings, link tree in the description down below. You just go there, you throw me something about, we'll say 40 bucks and under. We'll get you 2 readings and a birthday reading. Anything over $40 gets you 4 readings and a birthday reading. Pretty simple stuff. So you throw something like a new tarot cloth at me, or you know, a $10, $20 book, something for me to read that you don't think I've seen yet. You know, even if it's like a $5 book, that's still going to get you 2 readings and a private reading. Oh, or a birthday reading. If that's not your thing, that is fine. Just go ahead and continue to enjoy these readings. I am happy to bring them to you every day. So, it will probably come up at some point, but I am here today because there's something that's been on my mind all morning. And that thing that's been on my mind all morning is, I'm about to show you that the world is not as bad as it seems. I actually went to a Twitter account yesterday, and this Twitter account does a lot of screaming, a lot of hysterics, and everyone associated with it does the same thing. There are no normal conversations. It is all screaming, shaking, and outrage, outrage, outrage. And it occurred to me that I cannot, for the life of me, comprehend that type of existence. It doesn't make sense to me. How does someone not suffer a stroke or a heart attack when doing that? And yes, you can bring those kinds of illnesses on yourself, if not those, something else. Stomach ulcers being one of them, and those can be just as deadly. And then, at some point last week, I was, or maybe it was even this week, I was called a Nazi. Solely on my religion. So, I wanted to bring something up. I have the book right here, and I'm going to tell you, I think I figured out why. If you want to know what it is I believe, this is going to be it. And this will teach you everything summed up in these few paragraphs by Galina Kraskova, which I learned you do not mention her name in certain circles, but I'm going to mention it here. And I'm probably going to have a whole bunch of people just suddenly jump off the stream. Oh yes, one other thing before I got this underway. Thank you so much to everyone for tuning in, for liking, for sharing, subscribing, and doing all that great stuff, for commenting, because the last 2 videos have gone over 200 views on CloutHub alone. And no matter where you're watching, know that you have my appreciation. So, here it is. The capacity for rational decision-making enables us to live rightly and choose to impact our communities in a positive way. Our consciousness is, just like the animating breath, a gift from the gods, in this case Honir. Our capacity for thought allows us to decide cleanly to turn our lives to our gods, to make choices about how we will live in the world and what kind of person we shall become, what kind of world to create. There is tremendous beauty and profundity in the way we were designed, in the power of our minds to reach out to the gods and experience in some infinitesimal way all that they are. We connect with these mysteries of creation every time we make a decision that aligns us with our gods and against entropy. We just talked about Ragnarok on the live stream. What was it, Tuesday night for 5 hours. This came up. So, against entropy, despair, and the empty promises of modernity, monotheism, and Marxism. In some respect, we are called to be co-creators with our gods, not that we have a hand in creating the worlds, but that we can again and again align ourselves with the primordial acts of creation by aligning our minds and hearts and wills with our gods. We participate by consciously choosing to order our values as polytheists, no small thing. And that is a modern guide to heathenry by Galina Kraskova. Drop the mic. And that is all that you need to know. These people who live their lives in complete despair have lost sight because they are surrounding themselves with 24-hour fear porn. We choose not to do so. So let's get this bad boy underway, shall we? That way I don't make the video too long and we'll have more people dropping off the scope there. Kind of keep your, I know people have short attention spans these days, but the messages are far too important to be condensed into simple 5-minute videos, I think you'll find. So we are doing Viking Oracle, which I just laid out, Spirit Animal Oracle here. And you know what? It's the reason I love fairy tales. So we are doing Tarot of the Divine, because they don't teach us dragons exist, they teach us that they can be defeated. And that's the entire point of heroism. Heroism, it holds a mirror up to you, and all it asks is, what have you done? Because you do not need to have superhuman abilities. You don't need to have, intense, immense strength. You don't have to be Conan or Superman. You don't have to be Wonder Woman or The Flash to really, truly make a difference. All you have to do is what you can. And guess what? When people stop at what have you done, and they tear down heroism, they tear down statues, they tear down monuments, they tear up stories, they cancel them. It doesn't make them any bigger, it doesn't make them heroes, it doesn't make them saviors, it means they're still small. The only problem is they've dragged you to their level so that they don't have to feel inferior anymore. Call it ableism, call it whatever you like, but it is fact, it is not going away, and guess what? It's not your fault. We focus on this kind of thing. And I hope you've checked out the new SpeakYourMindHere.com site where you can talk about anything. Goodness knows I know. I posted my Castles and Crusades set that came in yesterday, which was amazing. I've actually started really going through those books because, hey, I was eagerly anticipating those. The Monsters and Treasures books, the monster manuals, they're my absolute favorite because I get to see all kinds of really weird creatures that spark my imagination. Both good and bad, by the way. So, let us start with you. Let's hold that mirror up to you today. Because by holding the mirror up to you, I can show you the world's not as bad as you might think it is. And we've got Skadi. Sometimes compromise can be a good thing. Sometimes. As long as both parties are mutually benefiting. But here's the thing, when you don't stand to benefit from a compromise, it's not a compromise, it's a complete surrender. And you have to be able to understand that. When nothing you do is good enough, you are going to have to walk away. Be very true to yourself, first and foremost, and let them scream. Because they are the ones living in abject terror, abject nightmares. But they're of their own creation. They believe the illusion. Listen, David Copperfield might have made the Statue of Liberty disappear, but it was an illusion. The Statue of Liberty was always there. As a child, it makes us really believe for a minute, because the five senses that we perceive, we haven't gone past that, have we? But then we start to learn as we grow older, and we realize that despite what we've just seen, the statue was always there. It's okay to suspend disbelief for a little while, but eventually you have to come to some realizations that certain things are just facts despite how they appear. The next. Remember when I said move past your own five senses? I don't know how else to tell you this, people, but your magic is very real. You're going to have to start trusting your own intuition. You're going to have to start trusting that mysteries were meant to be solved. There's nothing else out there. You're going to have to look past what's on your screens. What's on your screens 24/7 is nothing but bullshit, ladies and gentlemen. These are the scariest readings to do for me, because they're so big. And right now, you and I are caught in the middle. We don't have to be, though. As Josh Fortini said in the live stream, which did go on 5 hours, so if you're listening to it, if you're watching it on YouTube in pieces, know that we really appreciate that. But he said all you have to do sometimes is just one word, 2 letters, and that's it. All you have to do is say no. You say no, it's over. Do you know why they start calling for backup? Because they're shook up, babbling little clowns. In many cases, they don't know what to do when confronted with no thanks, and you move on. That's your magic. Your magic affects that. Your spirit animal. What do you look to in the world of nature? Especially if you've perceived that you're past it now, when really you're part of it. Do I really need to explain this card, or do you get it already? Like I said, sometimes what you do for others will not be good enough. Do what you do anyway. Create. Do it. It's not your problem. Your problem is not that other people don't accept it. Your problem is that you let them paint it as you shouldn't either. For your tarot, got the Lovers in reverse. I've got a Knight of Cups in reverse. And we got a Knight of Swords. You are going to have to separate from some partnerships. Some partnerships are not like Beauty and the Beast. They do not go together. They go together like oil and water, and you need to separate them. That way you can find the partnerships that are meaningful to you, that will boost you, that will take your creation to the next level, or perhaps even partner with someone and take their creation to the next level. That is truly godlike power creation. We've talked about that before. Now is not the time for fear, because even the incomplete, all it means is that you must strive for the completion. Find that which completes you. Find that which fills your 9 cups up, because right now they're feeling a little empty, aren't they? But that's all right. But you're going to have to make that decision sooner or later. You're going to have to think on your feet. When presented with something, you're going to have to look at it and say, what is this, and judge it for what it is based on its own merit, not for what you want to see. Now we're going with the Enchanted Map Oracle because Enchanted Maps, let me tell you, even from an RPG perspective, Enchanted Maps are wonderful things. They give your entire party a nice little edge, so let's go ahead and take that edge for ourselves, shall we? And let's just flip them all over and go for it. What an interesting little spread we've got there. We've got a mountain, we've got ghostlands, and we've got a bone collector. And you know what? I'm going to be going through each of them here, because that mountain, that's the obstacle in your way. I'm reminded of a couple of things. Number one, John Bradshaw Layfield climbed and reached the summit of Mount Everest, and he posted a video while he was up there. Then there's the scene in one of the Star Trek movies where Kirk is trying to scale a sheer mountain wall, and Spock uses some boots to just fly up to him, and he said, it's illogical that you would be climbing this mountain. Why? Why do you do it? And he said, because it's there. People, when you're at the top of, you can go around that mountain. It will take a while, but you can go around it. It doesn't have to stand in your way forever. Or you can climb it and conquer it. Those are your decisions. Which one will you do? The Ghostlands. That's a very interesting card that I really love the look of. But here it is. You can learn from your past and imagine a very beautiful future. But right now, the here and now is where you have to live. You can't dwell in the past, and you certainly can't sit there and live in the future because it hasn't been written yet. That's your book. Write the next page. There we go. And finally, the Bone Collector. Bone Collector is sitting there smiling. Why? Because the Bone Collector is letting you know you have everything you need to move forward. You have it all put together. Remember that we had the Magician on the live stream for Tuesday morning. We had the Magician in reverse. This is the Magician turned upright, and it's for you. You have it all put together. Don't think that you don't, because when someone else is asking, what the hell is wrong with you? You don't have to respond. You can just move on with what it is you're doing, and it makes it so much easier. Let's look at our runes to cap this off. Isn't it interesting? Gabo for gifts. And this builds the very basis of how I do my channel, how I operate it on all 5 of the platforms I'm on. You throw me a little something off of the wish list as a gift, and I give you a gift in return. It's a gift exchange, but we're not talking about that right now. What we're talking about are the gifts with which you were born. You can choose to develop them, you can choose to ignore them. But if you choose to develop them, and this is where things begin, it's going to lead you into Barcano, where you grow, where you adapt, where you take the nutrients from that fertile soil in which you have, where you set down roots and where you shoot up out into the sky tall and proud. It is going to take time to get there, but you will get there. Again, it is going to take time. This Isa, this ice, is blocking your path. Much like the mountain, but it doesn't have to forever. It's a time to slow down, to look inward, to find out that everything I'm saying here is true and realize that you have the ability to co-create with what it is around you, get the job done, and not worry, not sit there and live in this stupidity that is constantly going around. It's an illusion, it's crumbling, it's breaking apart. You have shook up babbling little clouds, as Alice Cooper once so eloquently put it in his song Simple Disobedience, and their power's gone and sprayed out on the wall, and they are scrambling, desperate to hold on to whatever it was they had. It is over. And it's only over when you look at them who are screaming, when you look at those who are propping it up, demanding you do the same, and you say, no. Today is that day. It is going to be a scary thing because all of the friends, I'm going to put that in air quotes there, friends, they will stand by you. Real friends will stand by you. They will help you create that thing. You will help them create that thing. You must be able to do like for like, and guess what? Something wonderful will eventually come of it. But the friends there, yeah, they're going to walk away. They're going to scream, they're going to shout, they're going to shake, they're going to literally shake. And they're going to walk away from you. They're going to abandon you. And then they're going to, after doing these things to you, they're going to act like it is all your fault, that you're the ist or the phobe or the whatever. They will paint you in that light. And it's going to be a very scary time. However, you will find people that are truly aligned to your vision, to your goals, and to the things that you want to create. You will find that they won't abandon you at the first little thing, because none of them are subjecting you to purity tests. The people who would subject you to constant purity tests are not secure in their positions. Let it be known, let it be said, and make sure you look and realize that. Wow. Gotta sing your own song, ladies and gentlemen. Might be off key today, but it won't be tomorrow. You gotta keep doing what you gotta keep doing. Just because you can't do it today doesn't mean you won't be able to do it tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've tuned in, you've got to see that it's not the world that's so bad. It's what you've tuned into. And you can turn it off at any time. And you'll be much happier for it. I definitely see a very, very tough message of love in here today. Personally, I would like to end it on a gentle note. Just remember, I thank you for being here. I thank you for taking these messages. I thank you for taking these messages to build yourself and those around you, to truly unite each other. I love you all. I want you to take care of yourselves and each other. Stop into the live stream on Saturday. Let's have some fun with some readings. Throw a couple bucks at the tribe. Let's see if we can't get a. Let's see if we can't make a little dent in paying that. Paying our artist who designed our new logo, and possibly getting some editing software to make better quality videos for you. goodness knows, the tribe works extremely hard on all of this with what we have. And if you could help us do better, it might help you at the same time. And that's why I want to do the readings for you. So toss them a few bucks on the coffee page and subscribe to our Patreon. We welcome everyone, no matter what religion you are, even if you're just curious. Come on in, stop by, talk to us. We're more than happy to have you, just like I'm happy to have you here at the table. Alright, love you all. Take care of yourselves and each other. Always do what lights you up. Always do what lights you up. And as always, shine on.